Hi, good morning. I'm Aisha and you're watching Venus. Okay, today is the day that we will be talking about something that actually all of us avoid talking about, but it affects everybody on this planet. Yes, we are talking about money. We'll also be talking about finances, investments, and we have for you a short guide, tips, let's just say, on buying your first piece of property. But before that, we have our first guest for today, Carol Yip, who is the author for the book Smart Money User by abacusformoney.com. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Carol.
Nice to meet you.
It's great to meet you. Yes, I have a copy of this book at home. It's fantastic to finally meet the author, the creator of it. So, Carol, your book, we'll talk a bit about your book in a bit, but I believe, and I think both you and I believe, that there is a very strong connection between money and a person's psychology, a person's perception towards money. Could you explain a bit more about that?
Okay, psychology, you know, is about human behavior.
Yes.
And behaviors is created from belief systems. And where are all these belief systems come from? It's from the day we are born, how we are being nurtured by our parents, people around us. And you look at it, how psychology and money connect is basically how we believe, how we behave, will create results to our money. It's as simple as like, why are we shopping? You know, and things like if I believe that life is short, you want to have fun.
Yeah.
And you need money to buy fun. So that's how I connect psychology with money.
So it's all about your perception, how you are feeling probably at that time. We've all heard the term, especially with the ladies out there, retail therapy. So every time you're feeling down, that's when you go out and shop. So yes, I completely agree with you. Also, it's got a lot to do with, you see, this is referring to the book, Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And he talks about parents, not just parents, but society also, and media influencing your perception towards money. That happens a lot, doesn't it?
It's basically, you know, what we want in life, you know, what's the purpose of living, you know, life goals and life purpose. And if we don't know what we want from our own personal own needs and wants, then we will end up spending money, you know, just to try out and see, okay, how do I want to get, you know, enjoyment, you know, so you just pay. And so that's why I said it's very mindful, it's something is in your mind, and that's where the book talks about you and your brain. And it's like a computer. You know, whatever you store into your computer, it generates the results. So whatever is stored into your brain, it will create results for you. And how that results create into your money, you will know. Things like getting into debts.
Yes. And okay, handling debts. Okay, why do you think a lot of magazines, a lot of articles write about women and them being unable or don't handle money as well as men do? You find a lot of that here.
I wouldn't like to say why women can't handle money better. I mean, I like to term it as the person. You know, I do know men who spend quite a bit. You know, they buy things, they buy expensive cars maybe, just, you know, for the image. But ladies also, you know, they buy expensive handbags, you know, branded dresses, you know, because of maybe, again, image. So I like to say more on who the person is.
Yes. It's got nothing to do with gender.
Yeah, it's very emotional, you know.
Very emotional.
Very emotional.
Okay, we're going to take a short break, but just to just say a little bit about the book. Smart Money User is actually a guide for you, and it also tells you where you are with your relationship towards money. It's available at all major bookstores. Okay, like I said, we're going to take a short break. In a bit, Azizi Ali, the author for 27 best-selling books, you know, How to Be a Millionaire and all that, will be joining us, and also the guide on investing on your first piece of property, so don't go anywhere. So what is it about KLites, Carol, and since we're talking about psychology of it, what is it with KLites and their biggest, one of the biggest challenges when it comes to wanting to choose a house?
Well, if you talk about KLites, you're talking about urban life, right?
Yes.
All right. We have this thing called materialism, which is, you know, all over. You know, we have all these nice, good-looking things around us. Then we do have our peers, our friends, you know, that create some lifestyles that we like to enjoy. So in a way, I would like to say that as Kiel likes, I think, because you're being exposed and you see more things, you know, like you said, you expect to have a nicer house,
Yes.
a bigger house, because all these are messages that we're getting from the society.
And media too.
And the media too.
Yes, it doesn't help. We've got certain entertainment channels that
Yes.
just show how big houses are in the West.
And they play up our emotions,
Yes.
especially like what Azizi said, don't buy the first house that you see, because normally the house that you go and take a look is normally very nice.
Yes.
You know, it makes you feel good, especially show houses. You know, the interior is really attractive, and you can imagine, wow, how I wish I stayed in this place.
You live happily ever after.
And that's where you make that impulsive decision. Say, okay, I want to buy this house. Yes.
Okay.
So what I would like to say is, be very mindful. I mean, like what Azizi said, get more knowledge and also be mindful, you know, like, why am I doing this? You know? What do I really want, you know, from this house?
Very important indeed.
Yeah.
Okay, Carol, you know, as you talked about debt management and all that, I think a lot of us Malaysians have this horrible habit, and I'm very guilty of it, of overspending. So, what can we do to avoid that, to stop that?
Overspending is actually, I would like to say, it's actually, it's like drinking too much. You know, it's actually a behavioral problem. And see, if you know that you're actually overspending, I mean, it's quite clear. If you start paying your bills and, you know, you go shopping using your credit cards, and each time when you have your monthly salary coming in, you realize that you have to pay, like what Aziz said, pay your debts, you know, and pay for your living expenses. So how can we manage this behavioral problem? I would say go back to basic. Track your money. It's as critical as recording every cent that you have spent. You know, maybe do a 7-day exercise and then look at it and say, why am I spending the money? You know, because there are a lot of reasons behind the action that you're spending the money. You know, it could be you're not happy with yourself. It could be due to relationship problem that you're spending, or maybe parents, you know, because you love your kids so much that you pay everything that they want. And what they need and what they want, and what you need and what you want is also, again, is conditioned.
Yes.
Right? You need to eat, but also food.
Yes, you don't always need to have, go out fine dining.
Yes,
or
correct.
You can.
And also, I think a lot of needs these days are being created. You know, simple things like handphone, you know.
Yes.
Now you say, oh, I need a PDA phone now, you know. Because why? You know, oh, I'm traveling a lot, you know, so I need a PDA phone.
Yes. So it's all about, just tracking yourself and conditioning yourself.
And really critically ask yourself, you know, why am I spending?
Okay. Thank you very much, Carol. Thank you very much, Azizi.
Thank you.
Thanks for being on the show and spending time with us. And of course, thanks to everyone at home for watching. If you guys want to get Carol and Azizi's books, they're available at any bookstore, any major bookstore out there.